This is the Baseball Player's Guide to Golf. We're going to go over 4 drills that should be done in order that will turn your baseball swing slice into a high draw. This has worked for many people and can help unlock your athleticism in just one session. Also at the end, we'll go over how to bring this from the range to the course. Before we go into drill 1, just a brief overview of what's happening is right now with the baseball swing, the path gets too much left, so the club is moving too left and the face is too open. That's why the ball starts to the left and curves to the right. You can think the path of the club. So when I have a baseball swing, I swing more down and left. The path is where the ball starts. And with the face being open, that makes it curve to the right. What we want is more of a swing that goes down the line, or is much more neutral with a more closed face than you currently have. That's what's going to get the ball to go straight, and even if we swing more out to the right and close the face even a little bit more, that'll turn into a draw. Drill number 1 is our setup. This can be the most boring, but it's also the most important. That's why you see pros work on it all the time. If we set up correctly, it can make hitting this high draw much easier and actually make it hard to come over the top and hit a baseball slice. We're going to go over a couple different things. At the end, I'll have a checklist that you can screenshot that you can then you can go over these every single time you work on your setup. First, we'll start with the grip. For your lead hand, so I'm a righty golfer, so that's my left hand. What we need is to grip it more in the calluses of our hand. So more in the fingers. We don't want it in the palm. This can lead to more of a slice. What we want, the best way to test it, is to hook it with your pinky finger, put the heel pad on top of the grip, and then you can bounce it up and down. Then you can just close your fingers. If it's too much in the palm, and you try and do that, it's just going to fall out. As far as how strong we want it, how much we want it this way or this way, I want about 2 knuckles. So what that means, first we get around the base of our fingers, close our hand. When we look down, you'll see 2 knuckles from this view. Another way to test it, make your wrist flat and then look at your grip. So you can see look at the face. You can see the face is turned in this way slightly. We don't want it way this way, and we definitely don't want it this way when our wrist is flat. Just get it, I don't know what that is, 15, 10, 20 degrees up like that. For the trail hand or the right hand, if you're a right hand golfer, there's a couple different options. We're going to do a test called the Mike Adams fold test. Basically, everyone's arm is a little bit different and they require different grips. What you're going to do is you're going to put your palms together, get in your golf posture, and swing your arms to the right. That's all you're thinking. So all you're thinking is swing arms to the right, allow right elbow to bend. You do that, you're going to get 3 different results. You're going to get 1 result, but there's 3 different options. What I'm looking at is where does your elbow go in relation to your shirt seam? When I do it, my elbow is behind my shirt seam and my hand is pointed somewhat towards the ground. What that means is you're going to have your hand positioned more here. What that means is you're going to shut your hand. This V right here is going to point more towards your nose or your right ear. Option number 2, and you don't really pick which one you're going to do. It's more you just figure out what your arms naturally do and then you do that one. Would be my palm is face towards the ground, elbows on the shirt seam. You're going to grip more on the side. So now my palm and the club face the same direction and I grip it. This V will point more towards my collarbone. Lastly, if you do it and you like to roll your arm, elbow is more in front of your shirt seam, you're going to have more of a strong grip. So my hand will be more under, like this. So this V will be towards my right shoulder, maybe even a little bit outside. If when you do the test, you're unsure which one's best for you, sometimes none of them feel very natural, just go neutral. Go palm level with the face. Go option 2, the middle one. Once your grip's in a good location, so in the base of the fingers, 2 knuckles, and your right hand position is in place, determined by how you did that fold test, we're going to look at a couple things from face on. We'll do 3 things from here. I want the ball, we're talking about a middle iron, is going to be in the middle of your stance. So that just means it's in the middle between my 2 feet. Then you can put a stick here just as a reference. I want a little bit of shaft lean. That just means that the butt end of the club is going to be ahead of this. The grip is ahead of this. You don't need a lot, just a little. And then we're also going to do our little bit of spine angle. So tilt this way a little bit. We don't need a bunch. Up and down is fine, but we definitely don't want to be this way. For you to do that with this stick, you're going to feel like you bump your hips slightly ahead of the stick and your shirt buttons slightly behind. So you'll have a tilt here and a slight tilt here. From this view, we're going to look at two things. One is where the grip is pointed. If there's a laser coming out of this end of the grip, I want it to point at your belt buckle. It can be slightly below or slightly above, just not super extreme. And then if something was dropped straight down from here, from the end of the grip, it's going to be anywhere from your toes, the end of your toes, to the start of your laces. So that'd be the end of my toes. This would be my start of my laces. The last thing we're going to look at from this view is I don't want to see your left arm under your right. That would be this. You can see my left arm under my right. We can either do one arm, so you only see one arm from this view, or you could even slightly see your left arm over your right. This is just going to help shape our path a little bit more to the right. So that's drill one. You could just repeat this over and over. You could do it in front of a mirror, or you could film yourself just to make sure it's in a good spot every single time. For drill number two, we're going to learn how to hook the golf ball. By far the biggest difference between golf and baseball is turn, how much turn we use. In baseball, you're rewarded for opening your chest real quick to get to the baseball. In golf, we also need to turn our chest, but it's way less important than using the arms. In golf, say we're at the top and we just rip our chest open real quick, it's going to pull us left and hit steep on it. And also, when I turn my body, it opens the face. So that's why the main reason you hit a baseball slice is you turn too much too early, so it makes your path go left, and it also opens the face. So that's where the big pull cut comes from. What we have to do, and we're always going to turn our body, we just have to speed our arms up. When we use our arms, so it's just I'm putting them to the right side of my body, and then I'm quickly releasing it and turning it over to my left side of my body, the face will shut. So we got to get much better at using our arms to shut the face so that we have a better path, and mainly so the face isn't so open. This will also get you a lot more speed. If you just think for a golf swing, if I just use my chest, I can swing pretty fast, but if I just use my arms, I can swing much faster. So what the drill is going to be, you're going to put your feet very close together. We're doing this because it's going to limit how much you can use your body, and we're just going to use our arms, and we're just trying to hit hook shots. Like these could be snap hooks, they could be turning left real quick. I don't care which way they start, like left, center, right. It's just this ball has to curve left. What you're going to do, you're going to get your perfect grip that we got in the setup section, and to hook it, you're just going to feel like this club lines up earlier, so it's straight up and down. If I never line it up, the face is open, and you're always just going to have the ball curved to the right. So drill number one, feet really close. Just swing your arms from right to left. You could even do this, loosen your arms up, swing them over your right shoulder, swoosh them, swing them over your left. Feel like you line the club up, and that will shut the face. Do this until you hit big draws. Usually what happens is people right away will try and do this. They'll try super hard and they actually hit it straight. Keep doing it until you hit draws. Now that we have the ball hooking and turning over left, the next two drills 3 and 4, are going to be to get the ball to start straight or even to the right. So then you can get that high push draw. Drill number 3, we're going to work on our tilts. In baseball, when we do a swing, our shoulders are pretty level, hips are pretty level. In golf, we're more at this angle, so we need a little bit more tilt. You can see my shoulders are a little more tilted and my hips are slightly tilted too. What happens is if in the golf swing we turn very level, it's going to make us swing more to the left, which will then encourage a ball that starts to the left. All you're going to do for this drill, you're going to tee a ball up, go left hand only. I found this from Scott Cowicks. You're going to grab your left lat. All you're going to do, you're going to go in your backswing, let your elbows touch, and then you're going to hit little chip shots. So you might hit at 40 yards, where you keep these elbows connected, and hit the ball. When you do that, and you keep the elbows connected, you're going to have to be tilted. Drill number 4 is also going to get our path more down the line and even to the right. During setup, we talked about getting the chest slightly behind the hips, so having a little bit of tilt this way. We want to keep that during the swing. So if I start with this much tilt, at the top, I'm going to have a similar amount of tilt, and then into the ball, you don't really have to think about it. What happens if we start with this much tilt, but then this chest gets ahead in the downswing, it's going to make us swing left again. So you'll just do little shots. You could put this in front of you, start hips ahead, chest behind, swing to the top, feel like the chest is still on this side of your hips, and then just brush the grass. You can rep that out a bunch of times, and that'll get your path more down the line or even to the right. Those are the 4 drills to turn your baseball slice into a high draw. You're going to work on your setup. You're going to work on doing arms-only swings to close the face, and then you're going to do the tilt drill and the chest behind the hip drill to get the path more down the line or even to the right. When you go out and play now, you're going to feel like you use your arms only, and you're not using your chest at all. You're going to use your chest. You already use too much of it, so you're always going to use it, but we just had to speed up the arms. When you're practicing these, do 1 drill at a time, so only focus on the 1 drill you're doing. So let's say you're doing drill 2. You just work on hooking the ball. Maybe you do that for 20 balls. Then you'll pick drill 3, the tilt drill, do that for 20 balls. Then you'll just do 5 where you're not thinking of either, and you'll hit a couple balls, and eventually those drills will just bleed into your swing and they'll become more natural and more consistent. And you can do that with all drills, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. If the ball is curving to the right, do more of drill 2. If the ball is starting left of your target, do drill 3 and 4. For some, you'll get all this in one session. Some of you, it might take you a month. Just focus on 1 step at a time, get it down, and then move to the next one. This is the most common way I see that baseball players swing, but everyone does it a little different. You might be off in a different way. If you want help to make sure this is the correct way for you to do it, you can get online lessons in the description.